immigrants in the United States without legal status will be classified as dead as part of plans to stop them accessing benefits. And this comes as Donald Trump continues to clamp down on what he claims is an epidemic of illegal immigration. Well, we can now speak with the CEO and the Chief Marketing Strategist of Markets Rebellion, Marc LoPresti. Marc, welcome to the show. I've got to say, I'm used to stories about Donald Trump making me raise an eyebrow, but even this one, I think, is a bit fruity. Just basically declaring that 1 million immigrants are dead by cutting off all of their social security number, which means they can't work, which means they can't access any form of benefits. Presumably, he wants them, to just walk home?
Yeah, essentially, and great to be with you, Martin, and a good evening to everybody in the UK. That is the intent here, is to create a self-deportation effect. Now, this is about 6,000 migrants that came in using the CBP Custom Border Patrol app that was used primarily at the U.S.-Mexico border, designed for asylum seekers. And what the Trump team and the Trump administration is basically saying is that app was abused. It was not used just for asylum seekers. Bad people came in using that app. That app was a flagrant disregard for traditional ways that one could seek asylum or achieve even temporary legal immigration status in this country. And Martin, this is classic Trump. What he can't get done the traditional way, he gets done by whatever means necessary. And declaring these 6,000 people legally dead to take away their social security number is definitely in his greatest hits so far. So, yeah, it's very, very controversially expected to face legal challenge, as many of his immigration policies and other policies have faced. He goes back and forth with federal courts in this country on a daily basis about different elements of the immigration policy changes. So we expect to see that continue.
Now, Marc, you'd expect this to hit some resistance because, of course, ostensibly, it would choke off access to any form of money for all of these people and would put them potentially in peril. They would starve. Anybody who employed them could go to jail because that would be illegal. They wouldn't even have any money to be able to help themselves get out of the country. Is it likely to get through? Or, as you say, is it classic Trump sending out the nuclear option, trying to frighten people into leaving before they're pushed?
Well, listen, he has used, as he's doing with the tariffs, different pieces of legislation and rules and laws in the United States in ways that many would argue were never intended to be used that way. And the thing that's interesting, Martin, that no one's really talking about here is the impact on the U.S. economy. We are already, it's been a very interesting week, a week and a half here in the United States on Wall Street. I'm a market strategist and economist, so feeling the pain of this roller coaster ride that we've been on, not only here in the U.S., has been nothing short of staggering. But the reality of it is 20% of the U.S. population is made up of Latinos. We have a huge percentage of GDP. If you looked at just the Latino population, which makes up the majority of the immigrants and the migrants that this is subject to, is $4.1 trillion in U.S. Latino GDP in 2023 alone, the fastest growing component of the American population and a very significant contributor to U.S. GDP. So to take a significant amount of that workforce out at a time that we're in a global trade war that does not have an immediate end in sight is also very controversial. And that's something that we're looking at, as opposed to saying, hey, let's find a way to get rid of the bad guys. I have no issue with getting rid of the bad guys. Plenty of bad people came in through the open border policies of the Biden-Harris administration, and I think that was atrocious. But there is a way to bring the folks that did properly use the system to get into this country and bring them into the economy in a meaningful way. And what we have seen over time is that particularly that Latino population contribute massively. Martin, they would be the 5th largest economy by GDP, just U.S. Latinos alone. That's remarkable. That's bigger than China. That's bigger than India, and that can't be ignored.
Marc LoPresti, that's absolutely fascinating. Thank you very, very much for joining us. That's the CEO of Markets Rebellion. Thank you very much. And I don't know about you, but whatever you say about Donald Trump, there's never a dull day. Thanks for joining us here on GB News.